For those of you who haven't already heard, Cartoon Network recently released 2 new online shorts that could possibly get greenlit for a full series on their television channel. One stars 2 little Mexican boys by the name of Victor and Valentino who happen to be living in a mysterious town that's more than meets the eye, and the other centers around this girl named Tulip who is trying to find a way to get off the mysterious infinity train. I just decided that I'd give you guys my general thoughts and impressions on them, as well as encourage you to go check them out yourself if you haven't already. Links are in the description, so feel free to go give them a shot and see for yourself. I think I'll start with Victor and Valentino, as that was the less interesting of the 2 for me. I thought it was really cool to see a cartoon in the style of Mexican culture once again. I remember enjoying shows like Mucha Lucha and El Tigre back when they used to air on television, so I'm all for something like this. It's definitely going for a sibling rivalry type thing with the way the 2 boys react differently to each situation. From what we've seen, it's pretty apparent that Valentino is the calmer, think things through kind of guy, whereas Victor is more likely to just rush ahead and take risks without really thinking about the consequences. This sort of thing definitely works. There are other shows I love that have had 2 completely different sibling characters getting on each other's nerves, so I'm totally open to this idea. The short itself was decent for sure. It basically centered on the 2 going to the underworld and finding a way to escape. The pacing didn't feel too fast or too slow, and the writing was pretty alright. Some of Victor's lines did manage to make me crack a smile here and there.
I'm like 90% sure it's 100% this way.
While I was watching the short, I drew a lot of parallels to Gravity Falls here and there, what with the whole strange things are happening premise. The paranormal activity taking place throughout the pilot made it hard not to notice, and it doesn't really help that they're 2 siblings living with an older relative in a mysterious place. This line pretty much gave it away.
We're finally gonna have some fun this summer!
I'm not sure if it's really fair to call this a Mexican Gravity Falls considering we've only seen 1 episode, but that definitely seems to be what it's going for. Who knows, maybe it could be something completely different. I guess we'll just have to wait and see if it becomes a full series or not. Let's move on to the second pilot and the one I was much more interested in. Infinity Train, as I mentioned before, stars a girl by the name of Tulip traveling with her robot friend 1-1. The first thing that jumped to my mind when evaluating Tulip's character is that she's pretty much a bookworm. She seems like the kind of character that would rather do things alone and figure things out for herself, and judging by the way she tries to avoid helping the corgis, I'm willing to bet she's just that. I would compare her to either Season 1 Twilight or early Raven from Teen Titans in the sense that they feel they're better off handling things themselves without the need to rely on others. Her tiny robot buddy that's totally not a fat turret from Portal 2 is probably my favorite character, or characters, so far. He's actually split into 2 different halves, each with their own colorful personality.
Yay! Yay us! Yes!
No, nos.
One's really happy and positive about everything, and the other is much more of a depressing realist. I don't know what it is with me and characters that speak the blunt, morbid truth, but I just can't seem to get enough of them as of late.
1-1, be careful! Ugh.
Well, looks like I'll have to start writing his obituary.
The premise of the show, from what I can tell, centers around Tulip and 1-1 as they travel from car to car trying to solve puzzles and progress through the train to get to the end. Tulip is left unclear on how exactly she's going to escape, but she's constantly hoping that each door is the one she needs to finally make it home. In this pilot episode, she stumbles upon a land of corgis which beg for her to help them stop this shadow monster from terrorizing the land. Along with the help of the king corgi, Atticus, the group manages to track down the source and ends up running into this rather disturbing mechanical monstrosity. It's pretty creepy all things considered, what with the lifeless white face for a mask and the mechanical pincers surrounding it. I also get the feeling that this thing is also meant to be the conductor of the train, what with this one line we hear it say.
Return to your seat.
My mind immediately jumped to a character like GLaDOS in the sense that this monster is keeping her there against her will. I say this because these cars seem like they could be the test chambers, and each one Tulip solves gets her closer to the end. The only complaint I really have with this is the toilet humor. I think a show like this can actually manage without it, especially considering most of the other humorous moments we were treated to.
Didn't you want to go outside?
Yes.
Outside?
No.
Outside?
Well,
Outside?
maybe.
Come on.
Well,
Wanna go outside right now?
No.
You wanna do it? You wanna go outside?
Yes, I want to go outside.
This is also the perfect setup for not only individual episodes, but also an overarching story at the same time. Some shows work best as one coherent story, while others fit more of the one-shot comedy role. But this to me seems like the perfect combination of the 2. I absolutely want to see this get picked up for a full series. I get the feeling that Owen Dennis may be onto something here. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Until next time, guys.